subtracting fractions with like denominators. So we're going to do a few problems. We're going to go over the numerator, the denominator, and the steps as to adding and subtracting like denominators. We're not going to start changing those denominators in this video. That is to come. Okay, so first thing that I want to go over is the numerator and the denominator. So if you were to have 3/5, okay, if I have 3/5, and let's just say that I'm going to 1, 2, 3. All right, so I have 5 over here and 3/5. Well, we know that my denominator is how many pieces I have. So if I go over here to my block, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, well that matches my denominator. So that's what I need there. Now the top number is my numerator. My bottom number tells me how many I have total. What is my numerator going to tell me? How many I need to shade in. So it's saying that I have 3 out of 5. Okay, so in fraction world, that means I would color 3 of those squares. That would give me 3/5. Okay, doesn't have to be one like this. It could be a circle graph, super easy, whatever you're working with. But numerator, how many are colored in? Denominator, how many you have total. Okay, so let's move on. Now remember, when you are doing math at home, just like in the classroom, you should be using a pencil or dry erase board and marker. Do not be using a pen. It is very hard to erase. It doesn't erase. All right, so I'm going to give you 2/5 plus 1/5. Okay, this is going to be our problem. Now, what would be our first step? My first step is to see that my denominators are the same. Okay, if your denominators are the same, they don't change. Okay, they're going to go right on over here into your answer. Okay, right to your answer. They're the same, leave them alone. Okay, so next we have 2 plus 1 gives you 3. Are you done? Yes. There is not a number that evenly divides into 3 and 5. So that is your answer, 3/5. Okay, denominators are the same, leave them alone. Okay, let's do another one. Let's do 2/7 plus 4/7. Okay, first step I ask are, my denominators the same? Yes. So I know that my denominator is going to be 7. Okay, they're the same, answer is the same. Okay, makes it pretty easy. Then all I have to do is add my numerators. 2 plus 4 is 6. Okay, so 6/7. Done. Can't reduce that any farther. Okay, so my answer is 6/7. That's all there is to it. Okay, whenever your denominators are the same, it makes it super easy and you do it straight across the board. So let's do one more. I'm going to put this one up. I'm going to let you work this one on your own for just a second. I have 2/9 plus 3/9. What does that give you? Take a second. Go ahead and put your line. What's your denominator? Is it the same? And then what do you do with that numerator? Denominator's the same. You're going to keep it the same, not changing it. Adding your numerator, 2 plus 3 is 5. You can't reduce it any farther. You have 5/9. You're done. Problem complete. All right, so best way to get better at those is continue to practice. Make sure that you're practicing them over and over. Make sure you're checking those. Now you can reduce. If you get that number at the end that can reduce, make sure you do that. Because the older that you get, the older grades that you get, you are going to be required to reduce. We're not worried about it as much in 4th grade, but you will be. Okay, so let's look at subtraction. So I have 3/6 minus 2/6. Okay, are my rules going to be the same here? Yes. If my denominator is the same, which they are, okay, it stays the same. I don't have to do anything to change it if it's the same. So my denominator is going to stay the same. So now all I'm doing is subtracting. 3 minus 2 equals 1. Okay? 3 minus 2 equals 1 gives me 1/6. Can't reduce it. You're done. Okay? Adding and subtracting fractions with the like denominators on the bottom are just like adding and subtracting numbers. Okay? It's just remembering that you have to carry that denominator over. Okay? It's going to stay the same. And that you're going to have to subtract your numerator to get that top one. And if there is reducing to be done, then that needs to be done as well. So let's do one more. Let's do 6/11 minus 3/11. Okay, 6/11 minus 3/11. What would you get? Denominators are the same, so it stays. 6 minus 3 gives me 3. You get 3/11. Okay, you can do these with any numbers. Make sure that your numerator on the top is always your highest one is going to go first so that you don't get those negative numbers. We're not working with that yet. Okay, so hopefully you found this helpful. It was a really quick tutorial. Like denominators are super easy to add and subtract. All you're doing is carrying over the same denominator into your answer, and then you are going to add the top ones. Now I'm going to make this one. I know that some of my students have been a little struggling with this, so I'm going to give me just a second. Okay, I'm going to give you 3 fractions. Okay, and this always throws my students off. Now, if it gives you 3 fractions, do the rules change? No. If your denominator is the same all the way across your problem, then your answer is going to have the exact same denominator. Nothing changes. Those rules don't change. The only thing that changes, instead of adding 2 numbers, you're adding 3. So 2 plus 1 is 3, plus 4, 7/11. The only difference is you're adding that 3rd number. Okay? Simple as that. Nothing else changes. Okay? That always seems to throw my students off. Hopefully that's not going to throw you off as you complete your assignments and you're learning how to add and subtract fractions with the same denominator. If you found this helpful, hit that like button because I want to help you be successful as you travel and venture through school. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that, and I hope to see you in the next tutorial. Bye guys!